Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella of Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out.
All right, man, we back. Goodfella Sports TV, we in building. Appreciate everybody checking in. And, you know, there's been a lot of talk about who Terence Crawford is going to fight. And Kell Brook had a performance yesterday versus Mark Bazooka DeLuca, a Marine out of Massachusetts. So salute to him. You know, anytime you serve and you fight, you know, him, Sammy Vasquez, we ain't heard from in a minute. You know, that takes a lot of balls. You know what I'm saying? So salute to him, man. He didn't quit neither. Let me say that about DeLuca. I'm gonna go live about all this, but he didn't quit. But you know, Kell Brook looked solid yesterday. And I think, you know, I don't know who Crawford gonna fight, but Kell Brook moving up to fight Kell Brook, or if Kell Brook can get down to 47, you know what? I'm the first to admit that I was wrong. That, you know, that might be what he has to do. But let's talk about it. We back, Goodfella Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Want to make a donation to the channel? The information, PayPal, Cash App in the description. Best way to donate for your boy is just to share the video. And yeah, you know, I think, you know, you look at it like if he's not gonna fight Regis Prograis and Prograis gonna fight Hooker, and we know he won't fight Hooker because they're in the same camp, who else is there to fight? Thomas Delorme is fighting Jamal James. I mean, Josesito Lopez, he's still out there. I don't think Sean Porter is going to fight him. Sean Porter in the Manny Pacquiao sweepstakes. You know, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia could fight each other in the Pacquiao sweepstakes. Mikey Garcia is a name that's out there as well. So with Josh Taylor going over the top rank, Devin Haney and Mikey Garcia, they've been mentioned in the same vein as well too. They can actually fight. So, you know, for Crawford, it's looked like some of the names out there for him, if not Regis Prograis and paying him some money, and Josh Taylor Ramirez probably going to try to do Undisputed at some point this year or down the line, so they won't be available. So you're looking at names for him, you know, if not, you know, Josesito Lopez, Yordenis Ugas, but PBC seems to not want to let him fight some of those guys. You know what I'm saying? So if PBC don't want to let him fight some of those dudes, then they off the table. Now, so he can't move up and fight Patrick Teixeira because Teixeira is now he's got to fight Castanos, and I heard they're gonna fight 1 week before Canelo fight, and it sounds like he may be on the zone. I forget where they fighting at, but I heard some Springs, some casino resort. So that's off the table. You know, rematching Kavaliauskas, I don't think that's on the table. Jose Benavidez rematch, I don't think that's on the table. He in trouble. We ain't heard since he got caught for street racing. So, you know, the options are very limited. They talking about him fighting a Canadian, Zuluwiski, and this is a dude that lost to somebody that wasn't that good. So they can't, I mean, he can't fight that Canadian guy neither. You know what I'm saying? So Kell Brook may very well be his best option. And if PBC open up the doors, it's either Ugas or Josesito Lopez, and I think they more prone to open up for Yordenis, to open up for Lopez, because Lopez really don't mean nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? They promised him a big fight, but ain't nobody willing to give him that opportunity over there. So, you know, I think his options really boil down to Kell Brook, Ugas, Lopez, and I already know they don't want him to fight. They didn't want to let Ugas fight Alexander Boots Putin for the regular WBA title before Boots Putin got popped, which I don't know where the WBA is in that investigation. So I mean, Mikey Garcia could be an option since the DAZN, lost Josh Taylor, But I do know they was talking about doing Mikey and Devin Haney, but Mikey might end up getting the Pacquiao fight, which is a long shot now, since things have changed and Errol Spence got into a car accident. That's who Pacquiao want to fight. But when you look at the short list for Terence Crawford, it's probably going to be Lopez, Ugas, and PBC open up. Josesito, that is, to open up the door. Mikey Garcia may be on that short list. And Kell Brook. If not the Canadian, Zawiski, whatever his name is, Mike Zawiski or Custio Clayton, but it really ain't no names out there for him. And if Crawford feel like he done enough in the sport and he made enough money in the sport, it may be time for Crawford to retire, to be honest. You know, and it's a sad reality of the situation. Before I touch more on the Kell Brook, it's a sad reality of it. If you're gonna be fighting Zawiski, trash can. Didn't even see him fight, just look at his resume, trash can. They talking about Custio Clayton or Josesito Lopez or Yordenis Ugas or a shop-worn Kell Brook who probably can't make 47, he might have to move up. If that's what you really laid with, if I was him, I'd probably retire, bro. You know what? And, people talking about, well, he signed to the wrong promotional company. Well, did you see my Gary Russell video earlier today? I dropped. Gary Russell on the same side of the street, he still ain't getting those fights. At one point, Errol Spence was on the same side of the street. He didn't get those fights. So let's not act like it's not politics on the PBC side of the street. It is. But if he fight Kell Brook, I think, at the end of the day, people said, oh, you should fight Kell Brook, and now Kell Brook actually came back, and even though Mark DeLuca wasn't really a top level fighter, he looked physically good, and maybe some validity to that guy. He may need to fight Kell Brook. I don't have a problem saying if I'm right or wrong. And things changed. Kell Brook came back and fought. Kell Brook was offered to fight. They asked him. He didn't want to fight. I think Kell Brook was dealing with some depression, trying to figure out he wanted to stay with the trainer he was with or go back to Dominic Ingle. Obviously, he went back to Dominic Ingle. So if they did fight, it would mean nothing for Terence Crawford. It couldn't be on paper. People say, well, Bob said he ain't got the money for the fight. Yeah, because Kell Brook is not a real name in the United States, and they can't put it on pay-per-view. That may be a fight that, had to put on the ESPN Plus ad. But if they really feel bad for Terence Crawford, why not put Crawford next fight, depending on who it is, maybe Kell Brook or not, on ABC? You know what I'm saying? They don't got nothing popping right now on ABC. They putting the XFL on ABC. Why can't Terence Crawford fight on ABC and put his next fight so he can build his notoriety up some more? That's something that Walt Disney need to open up. ESPN owns ABC and Walt Disney own both of them. But if he fought Kell Brook, it would just be a busy fight. People will try to gauge it and say, oh, he stopped him faster than Errol Spence, but Errol Spence fought a different version, even though the Errol Spence version of Kell Brook he fought was shop-worn and wore down. He was coming off a loss and a broken bone in his face and a 13-pound weight cut. Kell Brook still would be coming down in weight if he fought Crawford for the title. So it's kind of still the same thing. And, it would mean nothing. It would absolutely mean nothing. But, maybe he go to the UK to build his name. He ain't been over there since he beat Ricky Burns in 14 or 15, whatever that was. To expand his brand, it just be a stay busy fight. But, I don't know how somebody stay motivated. It's Crawford. He stay in the gym. He hungry. But you got to fight Kavalaskis and Amir Khan, and you fighting, lower level, opposition. How do you stay hungry? You know what I'm saying? How do you stay dedicated? Some of these dudes, out here, they get one 7-figure, 8-figure payday, and they go out there and they crash the whip, You feel what I'm saying? They go out there, get drunk and party. And Crawford is consistent with his tunnel vision about boxing. And, like I said before, I feel bad for the Terence Crawfords of the world. I feel bad for Gary Russells of the world. I feel bad for those guys. Because those guys truly want to compete. They truly have an old school throwback mentality of truly wanting to compete versus the best, good or bad. Win or lose. They truly want to compete on that elite level. And, the boxing politics is just filled with cornball fighters that don't take control of their own career. Bernard Hopkins said that when Golden Boy split from Al Heyman, that these fighters need to take control of their own career from Al Heyman. And now, 5-6 years later, I get what he's saying. I was a little slow on it, but I get what Bernard was saying. These dudes, letting Al Heyman dictate everything they do. And then when they retire, they might not even have the money that they made, and they won't have a legacy. You know what I'm saying? Gary Russell and Terence Crawford, they a last of a dying breed. You could throw Deontay Wilder in there, but you really don't know if he really ducking AJ or not. I think it's a little give and take to marinate that fight. I think it is a little give and take there. I think AJ really don't want it. Wilder really don't want it. They just letting the fight grow into $1 billion fight like Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. It's the grand marination of it. But, you know, as far as Crawford, you know, fighting Kell Brook, you know, it'll be a high risk, low reward type of fight. He won't, I'm saying the money won't be there, but it just be, you know, Crawford, you know, beating the hell out of Kell Brook and not getting no credit for it. You know, Kell Brook land a couple shots, look good. They gonna say Crawford got exposed, like with Kowalski's. But, you know, it's a name. You know, give a chance for Kell Brook to make some money. People saying that if Kell Brook fight Liam Smith, he'll lose. So you rather lose to Liam Smith or lose to Terence Crawford for some good money. Now the weight is the question. If Crawford will move up and fight him, or they meet at a catch weight, can Kell Brook go move down and try to get a title? That's the true question about it. But I think that's one of, you know, Crawford's few options. But if they do that fight, or whoever Crawford fight next, Zwiski, Castillo Clayton, Ugas, Lopez, Mikey Garcia, whoever they do find for him to fight next, they should put that on ABC. You know what I'm saying? Regular network television to accommodate him due to these promotional issues. But to be real, you know, Top Rank should maybe let him out his contract. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Bob Arum got that ownership type of thing. Bob Arum ain't doing nobody no favors. And that's the difference between shrewd businessman and how somebody else thinking like I'm thinking. You know, it's business. You know, he ain't going to let, you know, Crawford walk across the street and make all that money for PBC like Pacquiao doing. And Pacquiao was able to upgrade, you know, some of the PBC fighters, you know, notoriety by them just being synonymous and fighting him. You know, and that's just what it is. So with Crawford, you know, it's sad. It's a real sad situation he in. But I don't even know how he stays motivated. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're doing nothing for your career. Your career is stagnant. You know, it's tapered off. Because, you know, like I said, you know, Charlo said, me and Crawford in the same boat. No, you're not. You got big money offers. If they offered, you know, Terence Crawford $15 million to fight Canelo, or $10 million to fight Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, he'd take the fight. But, you know, with Gary and Terence, they just surrounded by cornballs. You know, they were surrounded by these new age these new age fighters that let the managers like Al Heyman convince them not to fight the best fighters and marinate these fights, and they don't want to prove they the best. That's why I don't have no respect for Leo Santa Cruz. I don't have no respect for Errol Spence. I don't have no respect for Sean Porter, really, and how he moving. He fought a lot of guys. I got a little bit of respect for him, but how he moving around the Terence Crawford situation, you know, and what he said at Fox Studios, Danny Garcia, all the respect gone that I have for him. You know, any respect he had at 47, they ain't never been there, but at 40, all that respect gone. Like I said, Gervonta, the respect ain't there. I don't care if you black, white, Simpson, yellow. Like this is competition. This is a gentleman's sport, and these dudes, you know, don't want to treat it as such. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal in the description. Other than that, man, just keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We gone.